Before Athens, before Sparta, there was Mycenae. A world of bronze, blood, and glory that forged the legends of Achilles and Agamemnon. Their story was myth until archaeologists proved it real. The Aegean Sea glitters under dawn light. Sailboats drift across calm waters, their sails catching the first breath of wind. Long before classical Greece, long before democracy and philosophy, there was a harder age. An age of warriors, kings, and monumental citadels. They were the Mycenaeans, the first great civilization of mainland Greece, the ancestors of Greek myth. To later generations, they were heroes. To archaeologists, they were history reborn. High above the plains of Argolis rises the citadel of Mycenae, its walls built from stone so massive that the ancients said only Cyclopes could have raised them. Through the Lion Gate, the king's chariots once thundered. Inside, golden treasures gleamed in torchlight, masks, weapons, and cups fit for gods. It was here that Agamemnon, the king of kings, ruled over a network of powerful city-states. Each citadel, Tiryns, Pylos, Thebes, had its palace, its artisans, and its warriors. Together, they formed the beating heart of the Greek Bronze Age. Mycenaean life was built on hierarchy and order. At the top, the Wanax, the king. Beneath him, nobles, warriors, craftsmen, and farmers. They traded across the Mediterranean, with Egypt, Anatolia, and Crete, exchanging bronze, ivory, and gold. Ships filled with goods sailed from their harbors to foreign lands. In palace storerooms, scribes used Linear B, an early form of Greek writing, to record every jar of oil and grain. Civilization pulsed with rhythm, wealth, and ambition. But the Mycenaeans did not rise alone. Across the sea, on the island of Crete, another civilization, the Minoans, had built great palaces and an advanced culture long before. When the Minoan world faltered, perhaps after volcanic catastrophe, the Mycenaeans seized their mantle. They took over Knossos, borrowed their art, their trade routes, and even their gods. From the ashes of one civilization, another found its fire. Among the myths that echo through the ages, none shines brighter than the Trojan War. 1,000 ships launched, a city besieged, heroes immortalized. For centuries, scholars thought it was all poetry. Until 19th century archaeologist Heinrich Schliemann uncovered the ruins of Troy and the golden mask of a Mycenaean king. He believed he had found Agamemnon himself. Though history and myth blur, the weapons, walls, and graves prove the Mycenaeans fought real wars, wars grand enough to inspire Homer's epics. They were not just myth. They were memory. Excavations revealed a world glittering with wealth, golden masks, jeweled daggers, chariots with bronze wheels. The Mycenaeans were masters of warcraft, their warriors clad in bronze armor, carrying long thrusting spears and boar-tusk helmets. But this splendor came at a cost. Palaces were fortresses, their art filled with lions, swords, and blood. They ruled not by peace, but by fear and might. And like all empires built on power, their fall was inevitable. Around 1200 BC, darkness swept the Aegean world. Palaces burned, cities crumbled, trade collapsed. The causes remain debated: invasion by the mysterious sea peoples, earthquakes, drought, internal rebellion. Whatever the reason, the Bronze Age shattered. The Mycenaeans vanished, their writing lost, their kings forgotten. Greece fell into a dark age. But their memory endured in song, kept alive by the bards who would one day sing of Achilles, Odysseus, and Helen of Troy. 3,000 years later, archaeologists unearthed their tombs. The golden mask that once covered a king's face gleamed again in sunlight. Palaces at Pylos, Mycenae, and Tiryns revealed frescoes of warriors, gods, and chariots. The myths had been right all along. There was a great civilization before classical Greece, and it laid the foundations for everything that followed. The Mycenaeans gave the world its first Greek language, its earliest architecture, and its oldest legends. They were the dreamers behind the myths, the builders of palaces, the makers of heroes. Their fall was tragic, but their memory became eternal. Every tale of Greek valor, every echo of the Trojan War, traces back to them. From their ruins rose the glory of Greece itself. They built their world from stone and bronze. They fell, but their legends became immortal. The Mycenaeans, the first Greeks, the first heroes.